your neighbor.
You're listening to the #1 internet radio station
On the planet. WBND. WBND Radio.
home of the Brothers in Demand radio show.
This is
These are the breaks.
24/7.
The opinions expressed in this
why
show
is that
do
one
not
acting
reflect
crazy?
the views of WB
So let's run over here,
or any
Facebook
associated
people.
affiliates.
I know y'all are
It
there
is
somewhere,
Ty and Cody on
but for
the
whatever
just
reason,
saw it and I can't pull it up.
haha, there it is. A little slow, but it's there. Facebook, share the video with your family, share the video with your friends. Good evening, good afternoon. How y'all doing? We in the building. Ty and Cody on Purpose Show every Monday at 8 p.m. sharp.
I'm going to
Eastern Standard Time.
Eastern Standard Time. Oh, that was the remix.
Yes, it was.
Good evening, good afternoon, good night, and good morning.
What
my
up,
good peoples.
everybody?
My good peoples, good peoples, good peoples. I see Crystal was already in the
Crystal.
building. What's going on, Crystal? How you doing? What's going on, Facebook family? What's going on? WBND Nation, how are you doing this lovely afternoon? It is the Ty and Cody on Purpose Show live here on your radio. Yes, on your radio, WBND.com.
radio.
Yeah, I did it again, didn't I? WB, and I would give myself the bell, but guess what? Bing, it's locked in the room today.
What?
I forgot my keys.
Oh, snap.
I forgot my keys.
There is a God.
Yes.
There's a code.
You know what? WBNDradio.com. Can't forget about them as we love them. What's going on, Susan? Suzanne. Hey, Auntie Lori. We love you.
Hi,
Thank
Auntie
y'all
Lori.
for tuning in. We appreciate y'all. It is the Ty and Cody on Purpose Show. Don't forget, if you are on social media, that is Instagram, that is Twitter, that is Facebook, that is all of those other cool social media aspects out there. Share the video with your family. Share the video with your friends. And don't forget, you can also view us on YouTube. Not live, but you can also view us on YouTube as we do post the videos after the show on YouTube for those who want to subscribe to our YouTube channels. But we can't forget our A1s from day ones, our Tune In family. Yes, Tune In. What's going
Hey,
on?
Tune In.
Tune In peoples, because we know y'all are listening from overseas, across seas, and
Love
anywhere,
it.
everywhere in between. And if you have not downloaded the WBND radio app, go ahead and download the WBND radio app from your iTunes store or your Google Play store. And also, don't forget, you can also watch on WBND TV as well. Yes, and that's on your Roku. And where else can we get that, Mr. Entertainment?
Yeah, you get the Roku, Apple TV, and Google Fire Stick.
What he said twice. Exactly.
What up, Phil? What up, Paige? Love you guys.
What up, Fo? What up, Paige? We love you guys. I was repeating what he said because we do love you. It is the Ty and Cody on Purpose Show. We got a great show for y'all today, as usual, and we love when you all participate. And how can you participate? One, by giving us a call, because we love talking to y'all. 803-692-6370 is the number here in the studio. Again, that's 803-692-6370 is the number here in Dine Studio. As well as you can hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We do read your comments and your stuff live on air. As we know, Crystal is very familiar with that because sometimes she says some very
I love her.
intriguing comments that we just love. We love you, Crystal. What's going on, Dana? I see Dana in the building. Neighbor, will you be my neighbor? So, great show. We're talking about transparency today. Transparency. He says, uh-oh, and Cody smirks. Why the uh-oh and why the
Because
smirk?
transparency sounds like you gotta just let it out because it's right there.
Let it all hang out, Mr. Entertainment. Let it all hang out. Yes, it is right there. We are talking about transparency today. My question, and we're going to answer this later, so we're going to give you a little bit of time to think about it. But my question, my social media question of the week was, how transparent are you with your spouse? Can you be transparent with your spouse? Do you feel like you can truly be transparent with your spouse? Now, let's really think about that for a second, because most people automatically say, yeah, I can be transparent with him, or I can be transparent with her. That's my best friend. But let's think about truly, are you really being transparent with your spouse? So some people say, nah, I can't do that because she this and she that, or he this and he that. So again, can you be transparent with your spouse? Don't forget, we do want to hear your answers to those. 803-692-6370, but we're going to get into that in just a few moments. What's going on, Devin? I see you in the building. Let's get into our our normal stuff. Our show sponsor, as I usually do about this time, is TNC Travel. Yes, TNC Travel stands for Ty and Cody Travel. TNC Travel. You can actually hit us up at travel at Tyron Dior. That's travel at TYREN, if I can spell the name. TYREN DIOR. TYRENDIOR. Travel at TyronDior.com. And what we can do for you is take care of all your traveling needs. Yes, we actually specialize in cruises and group trips. So if you're looking to get away for that girls trip, you're looking to get away for that family reunion, you're looking away to get on the sail the 7 seas on one of those big ships that are out there. The ships keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Nice.
Y'all notice that? Like, I don't know if you've ever been on a cruise
I've
before.
never ever. I want to.
Yes, you
And I'm
have
going
to.
to.
Yes, you have
trying to talk
to
my
get
wife into
on
it.
a ship. Matter of fact, for those who are interested, we do have a big ship that we're sailing on come February of 2019. We are doing the APLMC Valentine's Cruise.
Wish it was sooner.
Yes, you and me both. Howsoever, I don't mind sailing to a tropical place when it's cold here in the United States.
This is true. Looking
So-
forward to it.
I am definitely looking forward to it. And you know, there hasn't been that many
Don't speak it.
Okay, I'm not.
There we go.
But that's not even that season. Anyway, the
That's
APLMC
true.
Valentine's Getaway Cruise, February 11th through the 16th of 2019. Yeah, I don't want to scare people like Dana off, because Dana already don't want to go on a cruise with us, because people always say it's too much water, but you never even...
The more water, the better to me.
Exactly, and you don't even really feel the boat moving, and there's so much stuff to do on the ship that it's ridiculous. Because when we do this cruise, for this Valentine's Getaway Cruise, man, we doing a sail away party, we got some seminars, we got games, we doing it big time as entertainment.
Do it, baby.
We are doing it big time. It is a great trip to be a part of. Romance, we putting that romance back into your marriage with the APLMC Valentine's Getaway Cruise. Again, that's February 11th through the 16th of 2019. All you got to do is hit us up at coach@aplmcoaching.com. Again, that's coach@aplmcoaching.com, as well as you can go to aplmcoaching.com and fill out the form there for additional information. So you can again hit us up at aplmcoaching.com and fill out the form for additional information. I see Darrell in the building.
Hey, Darrell.
What's going on, Darrell? Long time no see. That's my man from Man Cave. For those who don't know Darrell, he comes to Man Cave quite frequently, and we appreciate his participation, and because I'm sure he has a great time. Man Cave is each and every third Saturday at 7716 Pence Road, Charlotte, North Carolina. But guess what, Cody?
What up?
Yeah.
We got another event that you won't even be a part of.
Barbershop talk
Yes.
is going down.
We are taking Man Cave to the barbershop, baby.
Barbershop,
beauty shop
right?
afterwards.
Is a public place.
It
Am I
is.
right?
It is.
Okay. That's all I needed to know.
It is. It
Thank
is.
you.
And I'm pretty sure it, because you know,
Except for after
nowadays,
hours.
nowadays women do usually bring their sons into the
Yes,
barbershop,
they
and
do.
so they gonna get a little bit of this barbershop talk. That's
And
up.
before I had all of this hair, I used to frequent a barbershop.
You was bald.
Yeah. I was not bald.
You notice how she got ready to say, yeah.
Are we taking comments from the ladies?
Yes, we are.
We may take some
Now, you're not
comments
going to
from the
bombard the
ladies.
show now. You're going to be a listener.
Yeah, we may take some comments from the ladies, Mr.
We're going to be an
Entertainment.
active listener.
So
We're
I'll
going to
make sure I
call
bring
in
the
as
cordless
well.
mic.
You know
There
what?
we go.
I'm just saying. We're
We
going to be there
appreciate the love. Some
August
love.
18th from 12 to 4 p.m. We are about to
Yes.
get it in. I do want to see all my fellas out there. August 18th, we are hitting up Blessings Barbershop and Beauty Salon. There's a beauty salon in the back, so I can't
See?
completely hate. It's actually 3665 Concord Parkway South in Concord, North Carolina. Again, that's 3665 Concord Parkway South, Concord, North Carolina. We want to see all the fellas in the building. Even if you're not getting a cut, come on through, because we're going to have a DJ in the building. I got vendors hitting me up who want to donate food. If you want to, get your business out there as well, we got our sponsors out there. We'll take sponsorships and all other good stuff, but it's going to be a great time because we're going to have food, conversation. They cutting hair, and I guess there'll be some women in the building. But it's barbershop talk because it is man cave. It is because it's man cave. It's gonna be man cave.
It's man cave in a public place.
Whatever.
That's all I'm saying.
It's man cave. We're gonna make it do what it do. I know my man P. I see you in the building. P will be there. I know my man Darrell. He'll be there. I get my man Mike and Black and everybody else. They gonna be in the building.
And
Mr.
fellas,
Entertainment
bring a friend.
will be getting his hair cut. No, that was a joke.
What?
I'm sorry. He doesn't have any
didn't hear
hair.
it.
He didn't. He wasn't even paying me no bit of
I
attention.
thought I heard something, and then I paused. I was like, wait a minute, haircut?
Yeah, Mr. Entertainment, we said you're getting your haircut on the 18th as well. You know, he getting that good shape up.
I'll show support.
On the baldy.
Yes.
Yeah, but Mr. Entertainment actually will be on the ones and twos that day.
That's right.
So he will be spinning all the old school jams. Wiki, as he says.
Yes.
But yeah, August 18th, Man Cave. We will be doing it at Blessings Barbershop. We look forward to y'all being in the building. Again,
Live
that's
show.
from 12 to 4. It will be a live show.
Live.
3665 Concord Parkway, Concord, North Kakalaki. We want to see y'all in thine building. Yes. Let's get into our hot topics, y'all. Cool beans?
Let's do it.
Cool.
Because we got some cool days coming up. It's actually almost August. And I like to say it's Leo season. And I need the bell because it's Leo season. Why is it? I want to hit
Who's
the
a Leo?
bell on Leo season because dagnabbit, President Obama was a Leo. That's why. That's who's Leo. And you know who else who was a great man that's a Leo, Mr. Entertainment?
Who?
This guy right here.
Oh, you better be a
Yes.
Leo. My son's a Leo.
Yes, on that great guy over there is a Leo too. Yes, so yes, we Leos are in the building. Yes, so I'm looking forward to August 8th to be exact, as well as August 7th to be even better.
Yes.
Why August 7th? Because I have a Leo anniversary.
A Leo anniversary.
I got a Leo
I'm
anniversary.
silly.
Yeah, we actually were married August 7th. We will be taking all plates, all gifts, all gift cards, and everything else in between. Why don't y'all ever send us any food? Y'all know I like to eat. Send us some food for our
They know
anniversary.
won't need no food.
Why? Y'all, who?
Come
I like
bearing
to eat.
gifts.
Exactly. Come bearing gifts. I like to, Mr. Entertainment be in here eating. He'll
I
be
do.
sharing his food with us.
I got some, for those of y'all want some Cheez-Its.
He got some
Box of
and
Cheez-Its.
notice he looked down on the floor to say, I got some Cheez-Its down here on the floor. If you want some, they're down here on the floor. But yeah, so it is August. It is Leo. Well, it's about to be August. So it's Leo season. We are about to be doing it big time for all my Leos out there. Oh yeah, speaking of which, not even us, but Team Blackman, they also have an anniversary in August.
That's right. There are a lot
Yeah.
of August
I have a correction.
anniversaries.
And Team Shorter.
Both my daughters are Leos, not my son.
Gotcha. I need
I
you to
thought
get
Leos
that right,
was in
sir.
June.
Yeah, I'm gonna need
No,
you to get
Leos
that right.
are in August.
Listen, you can tell I'm not a horoscope guy. So.
Yeah.
I'm learning.
Geminis are, I know, the beginning of June.
And my auntie Lori's birthday is on the 7th as well.
That's right.
So giving a shout out to all the Leos out there. But today, actually not today, tomorrow is National Father-in-Law's Day. I think I said that
Nice.
last week. But it's National
Really?
Father-in-Law's Day.
That's neat.
And as we like to say,
Father
father in
in
love.
love.
Exactly, because you should love your father-in-law and they should love you back and it should be a good relationship. But National Father-in-Law's Day is tomorrow. Interesting. August is also National Crayon Collection Month. Now I got a question. Who collecting crayons and why?
Artists.
Collect crayons?
Yeah.
They
I heard
use
even
them.
people collect colored pencils as well.
Back in the day, crayons was like a commodity.
Yeah, I get that,
It
but to
was.
collect them, no. 'Cause when
Everything
you got the
ain't
big
online.
box. No, I'm just saying. You used to have the big box of crayons.
I don't like the big box. I think all you need is the Elite 8, and you should be able to do everything you need to do.
Man,
I disagree.
you got all
Elite 8, you missing all the pastels. You're missing all the fun.
Yellow and blue make green. Come on, son.
Well, you can spend the time to do all that.
Oh, okay.
That's hilarious. It is also National Family Fun Month in August.
Nice.
Family Fun Month. So get out there while it's still hot. In some places it's too hot. In some places it's about to be cold. But get out there and have some family fun in the month of August.
And
We
plan it,
actually have
though.
fun. Yeah, plan it. We actually took our kids, 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago maybe now, putt-putt golfing. I don't know if you're a putt-putt golfer, but we are
I am.
and went putt-putt golfing. We had a great time. It was just us and the family.
I don't like the cheating, though, like where you have to hit the rails and all that. Like, can I play real golf at putt-putt?
No, it's the point of putt-putt golfing is the obstacles.
Oh.
So you're supposed to, go around the rails and the rocks, and the one we actually went to even had water. Like,
But it takes no skill set, and it's frustrating.
Yes, it does take skill set for putt golf.
Oh.
Dog, I had what, 3 holes in ones in skill, or 2 holes in ones?
Baby, you only had 2.
Regardless, it was more than one. I had 2 holes in ones in putt golfing. Don't be a hater.
For a change.
You know what? Don't be a hater all your life. It is also Romance Awareness Month for the month of August. Romance, and you would think that would be in like February. But it is actually romance. No, not really. I'm just saying it's Romance Awareness Month. But we also got a caller online that's actually getting me going in my groove over here. Caller, thank you for calling the Ty and Cody on Purpose show. Caller, tell us your name and where you're calling from. Hello, caller. Thank you for calling the Ty and Cody on Purpose show.
Hello. I want you to know that I still have a box of 64 color crayons, but they're at my mama's house in Maryland, so I don't know what y'all are talking about. Them 64 box of colors came in real handy. Only problem I need to know now is the updated box still got the sharpener in the back.
I was getting ready to ask, did you had a box with the sharpener in the back?
Best.
Yeah,
Then you didn't have to take the time to peel the paper and use the knife to sharpen them. You had a sharpener already built in.
Hey, them Crayolas was doing
already built in, yes.
Yeah.
Crystal said her kids have 90 buckets.
I was about to say the 96, the 64 box, and they got a whole
64
kit.
and then they went 90.
Yeah.
That's because nobody wants to work anymore.
We got it, they went.
You said because they don't work anymore.
Working when you coloring.
People couldn't afford it.
And then now you got people who take crayons and they actually melt them and make candles out of them and do other artistic stuff with candles.
Or you had some cousins that used to eat them. But we're not talking about that. That's another topic.
No.
I don't know what cousins you got going on, but yeah.
I have some Southern Maryland cousins. Yeah, they want to see what it tastes like.
Gotcha.
They come out with them flavor colors. I'm just saying.
We appreciate you and your colored crayon peoples calling in. Thank you for calling the Ty and Cody on Purpose show.
Bye.
The phone lines are still wide open, 803-692-6370. National Crayon Collection Month. We also got Happiness Happens Month. So happiness happens during the month of August.
Happiness should happen every day.
It happens even more on the 7th of August and the 8th. Yes, I will repeat that again next month. It's Black Business Month in August as well.
Nice.
Yeah, so we got a lot. I'm telling you, we got a lot of cool stuff going down in the month of August. Black Business Month, Romance Awareness, Family Fun Month. August 8th is my birthday. August 7th is my anniversary. We got some National Back to School Month. Are you ready to get rid of them kids and send them back to school with entertainment?
As always, free daycare, yes.
Am I the only person that I'm like,
Wait.
it doesn't matter to me?
Truthful. I mean every word I said.
To me, it doesn't matter. I mean, I can say it doesn't matter, but I don't necessarily look forward to the kids going back to school.
Watch this. They get free daycare and they teach them stuff.
But see, the kids come home with homework that don't just be homework for them. They come with homework for parents.
And it sharpens your mind. It keeps your mind sharp and young.
Okay, so for instance, this morning, right?
Okay.
My daughter, I had to take her to cheer practice, right? Mm-hmm. So before I took her, she sits down beside me and she has a physical form that I needed to fill out. But I'm in the middle of doing work, and I said, "Hold on, sweetie, let me get this work done right quick." Mm-hmm. And so she looks up and she sees what I'm doing, and I'm writing code for a website, right? And she goes, "What is that?" And so I showed her what it was, and I showed her the back side, the complicated side, and I showed her what the output was. Mm-hmm. And she was like, "Why all that for that? They don't teach us all this in school. All they teach us is X, Y, and Z, teach us math, arithmetic, and this, that, and the third, da-da-da-da-da. It don't look like you need all that for what you're doing. Why I got to do what I'm doing in order to do what you're doing?" Mm. I'm like, my point exactly. I didn't need calculus in order to learn how to write code to make a daggone website. Right. And she saw the benefit of that today herself.
But calculus taught you process.
It does.
And in coding, you have to have process skills.
I learned to order operations in algebra. I don't even remember, so let me not set myself up. I was about to set myself up and sound real dumb. Are you smarter than the 5th grader? No, I'm not.
I am not.
You silly.
I'm just saying. But seriously, that's what so when she saw what I was doing, she was like, oh, first of all, that looks complicated. And I said, well, first of all, they usually don't teach you this stuff until you get into your core classes. And usually that's not until late high school or and well into college. And that's where you actually learn, the scripting and all this other stuff that, they teach you coding now. So kids can actually do coding. But she said she was like, yeah, it's different than what I was doing. So she was very intrigued, but at the same time turned off because it looked super complicated, which it actually was. But that has nothing to do with the price of tea in China here or there. It's National Girlfriends Day on the 1st of August. We're going to just assume that means girlfriends as in like, girls hang together instead of, girlfriends day. Miss Entertainment.
Y'all be nice.
We're gonna keep it like that.
Love
to go along with National Coloring Crayons, we got National Coloring Book Day on the 2nd of August.
That's this Thursday.
Yeah,
I
National
like that.
Coloring Book Day. You still coloring books? Some people do it as they came back with it. What is the new thing that
The
people
adult
were doing?
coloring books.
Yeah, the adult coloring, but they had a name for it now, don't they?
Oh, do they?
It was no.
I don't know what the technical name for
phonics.
it.
No, but they've even got a digital version when you can color on your phone. Like,
Yeah, Sid showed me that one. I like that one.
Yeah, but that's not
Where
the
you
same as
touch
actually.
it and
And it colors.
That's not coloring. That's touch and go.
Touch and go.
I like to be able to still
That's the upgraded version of Etch a Sketch.
Correct.
The upgraded
Light
version.
bright or something.
Yeah, exactly. Now this one I'm not too fond of. National Work Like a Dog Day
Oh, my.
is on the 5th. Isn't that a Friday? What makes you think?
No, that's
it's
not a Friday.
That's a Monday?
That's a Sunday.
Well, usually isn't Sunday the day of rest?
It is.
So who gonna work like a dog on a Sunday?
Most dogs do rest all day, every day.
Yeah, but they work like a dog on Sunday. That's the 5th. Last but not least, National Sisters Day and also National Friendship Day is on the 5th of August. I think those are pretty cool days. So go out there and celebrate your days. There are interesting ways to celebrate all of them. Share your love to your sisters, your friendships, and your family as it's Family Fun Month and Romance Awareness Month. Where has romance gone? We gotta keep romance in our relationships. For some reason, I feel like romance has just died. For some reason, do people like Mr. Entertainment? You still open the door for Stats?
Absolutely. But she always reach for the door. Like she don't accept my courtesy. What's that called?
Curiosity. It's not curiosity. It's
Courtesy.
Courtesy.
Your courtesy.
Whatever. But you know what though? But yes, I try to all the time, and it's like she wants to do it herself. So it's
Yeah,
like,
sometimes,
let
at least for
do it.
me, all the time is not necessary.
Yeah,
Okay.
I usually do it when we go on a date, or usually when it's
Yeah.
a date.
But do you put your hands down like do your
And
job?
I literally have to like keep.
She did the other day. She showed us
I sure did.
Step to the side, like you gonna open my door for me. And I was like, it's not the same when you just throw it
That
in
was
my
a
face.
I was
public
gonna do
door, and I didn't want to touch it because the thought of how many other hands have touched. I was
well,
like,
then
yeah.
You put your hand on it, bro.
Yeah, you go ahead and get the germs. And meanwhile, I'll stay over here healthy. And then when you start complaining that you sick, then
tend to you.
no, they don't tend to you. Then they talk about you. You ain't really that sick. I buried a child for 9 months and I was sick.
Oh, whatever.
That's, usually when we get that, what they call it, a man cold, Mr. Entertainment, they say we act like little babies when we have a man cold.
That's because you all do.
Not true.
That point in time, it really should be man up.
Because with a man cold, man,
You mean tell me the man that breaks his see? That's why she should have been at Man Cave. The man that breaks his back, grinds, pays the
Yeah,
bills,
you know,
and then
for
I
the
get a
first
little
few
sick.
days,
I can get a little
I
napkin,
understand that. Yeah, the first few
little
days, I
something over my
understand
head.
that. The first few days, I understand that.
So pause, time, wait. It's after 8 o'clock, right, Mr. Entertainment?
Yep.
Because we're going to get in this for 2.5 seconds before we go into transparency, right? Because we're going to talk about transparency for a moment. She
So
just
let's
said
be transparent.
the first few days, right, Mr. Entertainment?
That's it.
Now, is it me, or is there more than just the first few days that come around once a month, every month?
Every month for a week.
And how long do we got to hear about,
Cramping.
oh,
blah, blah, blah.
I just, oh.
But you hear that, but we're still on the move. That's the difference.
And we're sympathetic about it.
Y'all are still on the move.
You sympathetic
Some of y'all shut down. And I don't just mean...
Yeah, for the first couple days.
Mood changes, attitude.
And then
we
we're
take
back
all that.
at it. A mama's work is never done.
And neither is a father's or a husband's for that matter. My gosh. Yeah. I mean, we get a cold, what, maybe once a year, twice a year. Y'all get this every month. And we got to deal with.
And rightfully so, because trust and believe, if the tables were turned and you had to endure that pain, especially childbirth pain,
we do deal with the pain.
Y'all wouldn't make
childbirth
it.
don't come once a month. We deal with the pain.
What do you think cramps are?
We deal with the pain
What
of
do you
a
think
woman
cramps are?
every single month going through her cycle.
You know what?
We got another caller on the line. Caller, thank you for calling the Ty and Cody on Purpose Show.
Thank you, Crystal. Yes, they are two different things.
Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Cody.
Yes.
Cody. I ain't got to say my name. They know around the first of the month when they got to pay that bill, this side start to hurt, their fingers start cramping up, they got a headache, their back hurt, they don't want their hand can't reach around that wallet. So don't even sit here and talk about that. But with us, y'all sit there and get cramped all over that y'all don't want to pay a bill.
Hey.
So first to the 15th, don't even try.
Don't nobody like
whatever.
paying
and I
no
get a whole
bills.
bunch of women say that.
Don't nobody
But that's all
like
right,
paying
though,
no
but you can't
bills.
sit there to, yeah, but that's when y'all have your moment of crampness and they sick and oh, I gotta do this. Oh, shut it down and man up. Bye.
Oh my!
We love our callers. Even the anonymous ones that decided they not share their names. 803-692-6370 is the number here in the studio for all our callers. Yes, we love to hear and read your comments on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. We want to see, are you out there? 803-692-6370. For those who are just tuned in, you were tuned in to the Ty and Cody on Purpose Show. I see you, Derek. I see you, Miss Valerie Anderson, and Charles in the building as well.
Hello, everybody.
Yes. So we were just talking about how they say we are with man colds, but we're going to keep it moving. We have another caller on the line. And no, we actually don't, but I'm sure we will in just a few moments. Today we are talking about transparency. But before, y'all almost made me forget I didn't do my marriage joke of the week. Y'all be killing me.
I thought you did that first, but I was like, he missed something.
Usually do. So I'm going to do my marriage joke of the week so we can get to the
Hoping we
transparency.
would get through that. Okay, go ahead.
You know what, Cody? I love you too, sweetie. Fellas, that's what y'all do. Instead of just going off, instead of getting the attitude, instead of just saying, you know what? I love you too. It don't always work, but
Love or like.
I like you sometimes, and I love you all the time. My marriage joke of the week, Dad.
Way to be transparent.
Here we go. My marriage joke of the week. A man asked his wife of 50 years if she's ever been unfaithful, but he never expected her to say this. So we call this joke unfaithful. Right?
Okay.
Martha, soon we will be married 50 years, and there's something I have to know. In all of these 50 years, have you ever been unfaithful to me? Martha replied, well, Henry, I have to be honest with you. Yes, I've been unfaithful to you 3 times during these 50 years, but always for good reason. Henry was obviously hurt by his wife's confession, but said, I never suspected. Can you tell me what you mean by good reasons? Martha said, the first time was shortly after we were married and we were about to lose our little house because we couldn't pay the mortgage. Do you remember that one evening I went to see the banker and the next day he notified you that the loan would be extended?
You know what?
Henry recalled and said to the banker, Henry recalled the visit to the banker and said, I can forgive you for that. You saved our home. But what about the second time? Martha asked, and do you remember when you were so sick, but we didn't have the money to pay for that heart surgery you needed? Well, I went to see the doctor one night, and if you recall, he did the surgery at no charge. I recall that, said Henry, and you did it to save my life. So, of course, I can forgive you for that. Now, tell me about the third time. All right, Martha said. Do you remember when you ran for president of your golf club and you needed 73 more votes? Henry fainted. This is why I need my bail, dagnabbit. So it wasn't more like 3 times. It was more like 75 times. Martha was hot in the pants. Yeah, Martha got 73 votes for Henry and the doctor and the mortgage guy.
But the common theme in that was they were all for him.
But Martha, the common theme was Martha was hot in the pants.
Whatever.
No, I mean, well,
She did it to save the house.
she did it to save his life, and she did it when he ran for president of the golf
All
club.
for him.
Yeah.
She was a supportive wife. Is that what you're saying? All for him. She was supporting.
Had he not slipped up,
I think that title should have been Sacrifice. I did it all for you.
whatever.
So is it really? So you saying it was really worth? Yeah, she sacrificed. All right, it was really worth her going out there and sleeping around with 75 dudes, all for him. Yeah, she was getting her rocks off. That's
He
what
was
that
grateful.
was. Martha was a garden tool, and I ain't gonna say which one it was.
You know what?
She got him all them votes. I bet you got president of the club. I bet you that.
Exactly. She got more than president. I mean, he got more than president of the club. Daggone Martha. Martha, take yourself somewhere. What's going on, Swamp? I see you in the building. Yeah, Martha is special. Exactly. My man Swamp says Martha is special. Martha, yeah, she's special. We talking about transparency today, y'all. That is our topic of the day. 803-692-6370 is the number here in the studio. I will repeat that one more again. 803-692-6370 is the number here in the studio. And my question to you all is, how comfortable are you with your spouse? Are you comfortable enough to be transparent?
Are you what?
Comfortable, hater, enough to be transparent with your spouse? Because transparency is you know what? Am I not saying comfortable right? Am I pronouncing every single word of
just
comfortable?
A little uncomfortable right now.
Ask her to say licorice and see what she says. Anyway, I asked this question, and there's a serious side, but this is the funny part of this question. I asked this question because we were chilling with some friends of ours this past weekend, right? And how we got on the topic of passing gas in front of your spouse. What do you mean me? I wasn't passing gas.
It's always you.
It's always
who
me.
come up with these obscure topics of discussion. You be like, where the heck that come from?
I'm just saying. So we were with some friends of ours, and somehow we got on the topic of passing gas. And because usually, Mr. Entertainment, and this isn't the whole thing of transparency, there is a serious side of this transparency conversation, just to let you know. Mm-hmm. But usually, when when you're with your spouse, or you're with your wife or whatnot, as my man Swamp says, he lets it fly. But do women let it fly? Usually, when they go in the bathroom, oh, that's what it was. So our friends, and I will not name any names, just so out of embarrassment. Mm-hmm. But he said, his wife would run to the bathroom to go let it out, right? This is after they were married and so forth.
This is prior to their
marriage. Well, little did she know, he heard every inch of what was going on, and she would come right out as if nothing ever happened. He dying laughing, and so every time she had to go, she had a little flatulence, she would go in the bathroom. So he finally said, yo, because she asked why was he laughing. He was like, I can hear every single thing that you do when you go in the bathroom.
It's like an echo chamber.
She got to the point where she was just like, forget it. If you already hear it, I might as well not run to the bathroom and let it go right here in front of you. Are you that transparent with your spouse?
No, I'm not. Mm-mm. No. I am not.
Only when you're asleep. Only when you're asleep. My man Swamp says my spouse lets it go. But why aren't women that comfortable around their husbands?
Camille said, let it fly. If you don't, you'll get backed up.
Let it fly or you die. Listen.
What they say, better out than in?
That is correct.
I think I've gotten to the point in my life where I just don't care. I'll be in the grocery store and I just be like, you know what?
don't care.
I sure don't. And
Gosh, how embarrassing.
Cody would come in the room and she'd be like, you couldn't spray. I'm like,
or at least warn me first.
Ain't nobody tell you to come in the room right now. I give you an opportunity to let it air out and you'll be all right.
My thing is that do you look at your spouse differently as a means of discuss? Because
no, I don't look at him differently. I just say we need to change our diet.
Yeah. And I don't look at her differently either because she let it out when she don't know she letting it out. But she act like she see. And the thing that kills me, so even I'm not even gonna say when she let it, but she let it out when she knows she let it out. But they act like we don't go to the bathroom behind them. It's the entertainment, so we can still smell their stuff. So you might as well just do what you're going to do.
No, my stuff smell like strawberries.
Yes, it do. Peaches and cream.
But I did have one guy say that he looked at his wife differently.
Really? But why?
I don't know. Like, I mean, to me, it was kind of shallow because I was like, but it's natural. He said, I don't care. I looked at her as a princess, and now all of a sudden she feel like she comfortable that she could do that around me. And he was
Aren't
heated.
princesses human?
Yes, they are.
Yes.
So why? So last time I checked, humans have gas every
And
now
he
and
seemed
then.
like he was
They have to use
shocked.
the bathroom,
Yeah.
and every now and then, based upon your diet, you stink.
Yeah.
So, it is what it is, in my personal opinion. But that has nothing to do with the complete Yes, that is transparency. And that was actually what sparked tonight's conversation and sparked tonight's topic. How transparent can you truly be in front of your spouse? Can you pass
That's
gas
a form
or
of
use the bathroom?
transparency.
It is, because...
You can keep that transparent.
So let's get into the actual topic of it then. Because... when you marry somebody, you should let down your walls. You should, really let them know about you.
Yeah.
And it's not passing gas part truly about you? No, it is? No?
There's
No?
just some things that are just not meant. They should just be private.
But it's your spouse. He gonna smell you, or she gonna smell you one way or another. Because I've even heard of dudes be like, I'm not passing gas in front of my chick. But, it is what it is. But...
Okay, think about it like this. When you got stinking underarms, would you want somebody hugging on you?
No.
no, I wouldn't want nobody was thinking breath in my face.
So that's the same
So
thing.
what's the difference?
So it's-
Sometimes, if you like what did Camille say? Better out than in, right?
Right.
If it got to go, you got to go. You gonna sit there and mess around and jack up
And
your
as
stomach.
many bathrooms that are in the home, you have perfect opportunity.
Like, you know how men like to squeeze the booty sometime or come up from behind the lady and she's like, oh snap, I was just about to let one, and you like right in the way, and now how would you feel? Like, I'm thinking of all that.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Sometimes you do think about that, especially when you're trying to be intimate. You go, she was thinking earlier.
And it comes right out the neck,
washed.
like right under the neckline.
I
and you
sure
go,
hope, I sure hope she washed, because she sure let one loose earlier.
I know you're not saying she.
Yeah.
Brothers are the same way.
You're right.
Yes.
See, Camille said he definitely needs a reality check. So I guess, Camille, you letting them loose. Let them fly, sweetie. Let them fly. But, okay, back to transparency on the serious tip. Like, are we truly being transparent with our spouses? And I say that because a lot of us, like gas, we hold in stuff that we truly do not let our spouses know about. For
This is
instance,
true.
addictions, for instance. A lot of people, they get married and don't realize that their spouse may have an addiction or some sort. It can be a drug addiction. It could be porn. It could be a spending habit.
It could be
for
a
that matter.
food addiction.
Or a food addiction, right?
Holla.
Yeah, truthfully, I want to know from our callers and our listeners, 803-692-6370, can you truly be transparent in front of your spouse? That don't necessarily mean you got to pass gas and all other stuff, but can you truly be transparent in your spouse? Or are there dark secrets? Well, and they may not necessarily be a dark secret, but, why don't you feel like you can be transparent? Do you have any dark secrets in your closet that you just hold? And why are you holding them back from your spouse?
At times, it could just be something of, personal embarrassment or personal disappointment. And if my spouse knows about me, how will they view me?
Yeah, but again, when you get married, aren't you, or shouldn't you be at the point in your marriage where you should be open and honest? It's not like, now I can understand during the dating period, because during the dating period, you usually, you want to put your best foot forward. You usually don't want them to look at you in a specific light, which is the reason why most of y'all don't pass gas in front of people you're dating or whatnot. And guys do stuff too, but you're putting your best foot
blow
forward.
that off as if, But anyway, continue.
But you're putting your best foot forward. You're putting your representative out there, usually when you're dating. But when you get married, shouldn't your spouse know your ins and outs, your ups and downs, what makes you tick, what does it, and so on and so forth? Why is it that we feel like we have to still hold those things back even after we've gotten married? Doesn't, and this is just a question, that, being transparent with your spouse, doesn't that develop a sense of bondness or a bondness
Most
with-
certainly.
Yeah.
It definitely does. However, have both spouses made the commitment to create the environment where each other are comfortable in being transparent without being judged? There should be a no judgment zone when you're talking about transparency.
For example, I don't like that. And it's like, well, dang, I never thought you didn't,
Right.
And so does that go into level of expectations then?
I mean, it goes into a level of what's that word I'm trying to say, where respect. You know, so like there are boundaries, and if I'm telling you that that's one of my boundaries, because remember, I side eye you, and it's not a good or bad thing. It's where I'm at right now. You know what I'm saying? And some people haven't grown past, because you gotta remember, it's natural, right? We know it's natural, but the smell is a turn off. The act may be a turn off, and sometimes people feel like it's disrespectful. Like if you're in public and somebody did it around you, it's like, bro, you could have did that like
somewhere else.
Correct.
Right.
So now when you're in front of your spouse, sometimes it could look like, you know, a respect boundary area where you could have did that somewhere else.
But even outside of the flatulence and the gas, the secrets that some people hold within themselves in general, like, you know, I got a spending habit, or I got an eating habit, or, you know, these are the things that you don't release out to your spouse that, you know, your spouse catch winds of, and it catches them completely off guard. Like, how do you deal with those type of situations? And like Cody said just a moment ago, and she touched on something that, in my opinion, that was very prominent, is that I guess if you don't develop that level of comfortability with one another, because if, like you were saying, Mr. Entertainment, if I go to tell you something, or I go to tell Cody something, 'cause she's my wife, and she blows me off, or she side-eyes me, or she sucks her teeth, or acts like she doesn't even care.
Right.
How now am I willing to open up to you about something that may truly affect me, or our marriage, our relationship, or our lives for that matter?
And that's prime example. We'll be transparent. That happened, the first year in our marriage? I am a stickler when it comes to finances.
Right.
And Ty was being very transparent with me, you know, opened up his heart, and I literally almost freaked out to the point where that caused him to shut down on that topic. So I had to do the work, you know, from then up till now.
Now, are you saying as far as like hiding a couple of stash here and there, or
No. I'm not. Yeah, like she said, she's a big finance person. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm when it comes to budget, what's the budget? I mean, I know what a budget is. I know don't spend this amount and spend this amount
at one time?
Period. I just know that. I mean,
He's like,
it is
if
what it
there's
is.
money there, I can spend it.
Just don't go over that amount of what's there, right? So I know that. I know, you know what? I've had some mishaps in my past, and I owed a few people.
And so have I, you know?
Like the government. So so there were certain things, and I felt intimidated about, you know, Cody's level of finances and so forth, that in her reaction, her responses, that made me shut down. So yeah, I told things, but I was honest. I was not transparent.
Yeah. And there's a difference.
Honest, but I was not transparent. So I was honest to say, yeah,
meaning, you know, answering my questions, but questions I did not ask, and information that I needed to have, we didn't have it.
Right.
So once you ask the question, you assume, here comes the assumption, that he was going to open the door and let those things out. So the transparency says, I see, now that we're here, let's have dialogue.
Right.
And
exactly.
it's like,
exactly. But
down.
You shut down because, again, you have to create that environment that allows you to say, you know what? I feel comfortable enough to let you in.
And it was not fair to him, but what I had wasn't, it wasn't against him per se, but it was like I started to have a flashback of the prior marriage I was in, because we had those issues. And I was like, oh
Here we go
my,
again.
Yeah.
did I just, what have I done? Am I back in the same boat? And I had some work to do on me to be able to create the environment where he was comfortable again, as well as myself, and being able to be ready to hear the information that would be given.
Yeah.
And that's the process piece. I mean, whenever we're able to hear and process, and another piece I like that you said that is the hard part is forgetting not just past relationships, but past experiences. Right?
Period.
Because if you ever experience it, it's in your mind.
Right.
Yeah.
And as soon as something comes up, there's the pause button, like, wait a minute, we've been here before.
Yeah.
What did this look like? But the other person may not have a clue.
Exactly.
Right.
And that's the thing. Transparency requires two sides of trust.
Yeah.
Both parties must be trusting and trustworthy. Exactly. Because if you ain't trustworthy of me opening up to you, or if I felt like you going to condemn me, you going to point the finger, you going to ridicule me, or whatever the case.
Or take that information and tell others, that you cannot do.
But it's easy to remember how you responded to a previous situation.
Right.
So depending on, now again, it could be two separate situations, but I remember how you responded to that other one. So maybe I'm not ready to kind of open up to this next one.
Exactly.
And then it just starts building up. And now when it comes time to open up, here comes the combustion chamber. When it's like, where's all this coming from?
Exactly. And the crazy part about it is when Cody and I, when we were dating, we developed a level of trust and trustworthiness within each other. But it's like after you, and this happens with a lot of people, you get married and then you feel like you've taken this step backwards. Like, wait, our communication level isn't the same. I can't trust this person.
But it's just one situation, though.
But it's not one. It seems like it's one situation, but like you just said,
it feeds
those
into
other
others.
conversations that you've had, and they've kind of blown you off, or they've made you feel a certain way.
So it didn't get resolved.
Then you kind of, then it goes into, well, dag, if I can't tell you this, what makes you think I'm gonna tell you that?
Right.
So you it seems like it's one conversation, and a lot of times we always seem like you're fighting over one thing, but it's usually the symptom that you're arguing over, or that you built that wall around,
And not the root
not
cause.
the actual root of the actual issue that you really need to work on. You fighting over a symptom. Dag nabbit, you ain't washed the dishes, and you ain't took out the trash. That ain't really
That ain't
what
what
you
you upset
arguing
about.
about. It's that I've been asking you to do something for quite some time, and every time I ask you to do it, you always give me pushback. So the trash and the dishes is what we're going to decide to make it about today. So that's, I mean, so again, it's about being trusting and trustworthy with one another, and building up that trust, that trust with one another.
And so in our situation, I had to do a heart check on me to say, why do you react like this when the topic of finances come up? There's got to be growth here. Money isn't everything. And something like this, you can overcome. You put a plan in place and you work at it.
Right.
Now, are you saying to the point where you're not going to go bankrupt, or it's not going to like chunk a big hole out of your
Even
account?
if you do, as long as you're in it together and you're working on you establish a plan together. I don't care what the situation is, be it finance, be it romance, whatever it is, parenting.
Yeah.
There has to be a partnership as well as compromise.
Well,
I had to learn it could not be my way.
The reason why I said that is because it's easy to get defensive in finances. For example, like me and Stats, we run a business. There's some things that I need for the business expense, and there's some things she need for the personal expense. My business expense is like usually over $100,
Right.
and it's like I know the attitude I'm.
She's like, that's all.
If y'all can hear the background noise going on now.
So, and I'm sitting here like, but it's gonna be a return on investment. Like you can't get a return on investment with toilet paper. So
Yes, you can.
You just get
your
one
return
roll.
on investment
It's a
is
clean
a clean
booty.
booty.
I'm just saying, can we go a week without toilet paper?
No. Wait, first of all, pause. Time. This is entertainment. Did we just not call you out last week on some suspect stuff that you say, dog? We talked about pause. Wait, you want to be intimate with your wife, right? You don't want to be intimate with your wife with a dirty booty? No, sir. I'm sorry. You talk about passing gas. I don't want. Yeah, we're gonna keep it moving. I'm sorry. You about to have me cuss you out.
It was an example. Sacrifice something so we can get what we need.
Not toilet paper.
Not
There
toilet
are
paper,
certain
dog.
standards
Look.
that are must have.
Sacrifice toothpaste. Get you some baking soda and some water and some fresh mint or something like that. You sacrifice that way, but we ain't sacrificing toilet paper, dog. No, sir.
It was an example.
Not happening. Not happening. I get your example. But the point is, you have to build trust with one another. And the thing is, even being trustworthy and transparent allows you to be free with your spouse. It allows you to be free, period. Because think about it. If you wind up letting that, you can rub in your eyes too. I feel like I got something in my eyes. But being free with your spouse, because you want to let that off your chest. How do you feel like you got something going on in your life and you just holding it and holding it and holding it and holding it, and it becomes secretive to the point where you are pretty much living a double life that you can't be free with your spouse about what's actually going on with you at the time. Sorry, I feel like I got something in my eye that is
You all
like
right?
burning. I don't know.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah. No, you're
Hand
fine.
me a bag. tissue in there.
We on air.
I'm trying to help you out.
We are live. We have eyeballs and everything on here.
But think about it though. I mean, like, wouldn't you rather, like Cody said, work through the issue with your spouse rather than to hold on to stuff? Because most people, like they do, they self-medicate, or they feel like, I got this, I can handle this, and they don't tell their spouse, and then later on it winds up becoming an issue, and then what?
But the key part is we're in it together. So if I can't talk to you, then who else am I going to talk to? You see what I'm saying? So we got to work it out together, and it has to be equal solution, because I remember it used to be my way or the highway, but the highway wasn't an option.
Right.
My way definitely ain't an option. So at some point we got to come to a crossroad and say, where can we agree upon? And it may start out small, because I remember I had a need, but then she says, okay, is there something else that you can check off your list? Because right now $4,000 ain't in the budget. Right. So there's something like a couple $100, and then we'll work towards that. So I was able to compromise. So
yeah,
it's good.
It's key.
DCarl63091 on Instagram says, totally too comfortable. And this is he's responding to, how comfortable are you with your spouse? Do you feel like you can be truly transparent with them? He says, totally too comfortable even. We've been together since June 30th. He knows the exact date. 1991. 16 and 17 when we met. We know everything about each other.
That's scary.
There's good, bad, and ugly on both sides. No need to stop now. Why is that scary, Mr. DeSaman?
Because the part that we know each other, like, how much do we really think we know one another? If
That's
you really
my
think
point.
about
Like,
Because I
it.
think that's ever evolving, right?
And you should be you should change as you go throughout your marriage. I know I'm not the same person I was when we got married, but so you should be changing. So, but you think it's scary to know your spouse to the ins and outs of your spouse to that extent?
So it's like chess, right? So if you look at your marriage as a game of chess, if you know the moves already, you almost head into area of checkmate, to where you're gonna lose. But at some point, you got to be able to be where I want to find out more, or something has changed, which is a good thing, right? Because if you're not changing, you're dying, right?
Right.
So once you find that change and that growth pattern, it's like, oh, something's different. I see something different, but that was the unexpectation that I'm looking forward to see what's going to happen next.
Gotcha.
So, and again, I like to be able to know some things, right? Like your favorite dessert or whatever, but then watch this. What if it changed? Do you feel some type of way? Or it's like, oh, you switched up on me. What dang.
And that's the part of keeping your marriage fresh, though. If
And I
you
think that's
switch up,
the beauty in the journey, right? Because you're ever evolving, you're ever changing, you're growing, you're progressing. Nobody wants to be the same all the time.
I used to hear, though, I know him, so I don't have anything to worry about. Like, I know his every move or her every move or whatever.
And that's when people get
what's
comfortable.
Scary. That's scary.
That level of comfortability is scary. You shouldn't get to be that comfortable.
But I think in those terms, they're talking about the person at their core.
Okay.
Right?
I think so.
Hopefully so.
I'm just trying to say, listen, don't get too, because look, I'm from Man Cave, and we opened up a lot of stuff, and there's some things that came in there that reminded us that we can't be so complacent that we've gotten too comfortable to understand that there is a need and that there's some more things that has to be done. So,
yeah, I agree with that.
That's a little sidebar.
I like that.
I'm still emotional from Man Cave.
I see. Sounds like good conversation. What else y'all talk about?
You pose, we not telling you all. Stay out of our conversation. Man Cave each and every third Saturday for husbands. What goes on in Man Cave stays in Man Cave, Cody, except on the 18th of August where we're doing it at the barbershop. But Crystal made a good comment. She says, I say it's an interesting comment because I like for her to expound upon this, Crystal. 803-692-6370 is the number. I don't think there's such thing as total transparency, is what she says. She doesn't believe there's this thing as total. Why not?
What does
is
that
the
mean?
question. Why wouldn't you believe there's something as total transparency? There are people who sit there and they get on social media or get on their phones and they hide in their phones. They get in hide instant messages. They get DMs and all those other things. Does that not also be included in transparency? Or the things that you had to deal with is growing up. Some people hold on to things such as things that have happened to them, molestations and rapes, and they feel like, I'm past those things. I don't have to share those things with my spouse.
Now that's pretty
Is
deep.
that total transparency that she's talking about?
I think so. Either that or getting to the point where you could take off your passcodes off of your phone, or you can
Or
leave
share your
everything,
passcodes
share or
with each
leave
other.
everything open where your emails are there, and you don't have anything to hide, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or it's like, you know what, I'm afraid to talk about a rape or molestation or pedophilia or whatever it may be. Like that's something that's like, would you judge me or would you think something differently of me if we were to share that as a spouse?
But that's the thing. You have to get to that, and that's what we're saying. How do you get to that point in your marriage, or because you don't usually open up. A lot of people put those things so far in the back of their head. They usually, I'm not going to talk about that incident that happened to me. I'm not going to talk about that.
But
thing
be
in my
honest
secret,
though,
in my
like
closet.
as a spouse, for example, let's just go back, like Ted Bundy or a serial killer or whatever. Like, as a wife or a husband or whatever, knowing that, would you stay? You know what I'm saying? Would you support? I know it's sick
You're
health.
right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, like I can't stay. Like I'm afraid. Like, but watch this though. You've been there the whole time until you just found out.
Right.
True.
I know. So see, I saw that. So it's like it's two sides.
Yeah.
And to say, you know what? I want to be transparent. I want to have a clean slate. Who can I go to?
But I think sharing that information, right, is one thing. The other thing is, if we see that there has been work done, meaning professional help has been sought out, you got a plan that you're working on yourself to improve yourself, and I haven't seen any red flags to give me pause to say that you're still kind of dabbling in whatever the case may be.
Or it may still be affecting you the way negatively.
Once again, we work together on it. Granted, yeah, it's definitely gonna give me pause. I'm not gonna lie.
Listen.
Anybody would give them
You
pause.
hiding girls in the basement, dog. Listen, like, we need to talk. What is this?
But okay, so all right, the term ride or die. Are you truly a ride or die then? Because when you take your vows are for better or for worse, through sickness and through health, through death do us part. Does that not include tell me your deepest and darkest secrets? Because
It does.
if not, then I should say no at the altar.
But isn't it true that some of these conversations, and I know you can't divulge, or everything won't be divulged prior to saying I do.
Right.
But a lot of these meaty, deep conversations should
to
take
marriage.
place prior to marriage.
They should.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, do you truly know your spouse enough to say I do?
And that's exactly what E.W. Brooks says on Instagram. She says, yes, and that's why I married him. Communication is the key. So basically, she obviously felt comfortable enough before she got married, because she said that's why she married him, that she could be completely transparent, or he could be completely transparent with her. So right, they had that conversation prior to marriage. And a lot of people are, for whatever reason, not having the conversation and getting that comfortable, because you have to ask the right questions.
Right. But if you ask prior to marriage and you don't get it, I'm like Cody said earlier in previous shows, the deal breaker is, bro, if you spring this on me, I gotta go bye-bye. Like, because that's betrayal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's why we were saying there's a difference between honesty and transparency. I can be honest with you all day. You ask me a question and I'm gonna answer it honestly. However,
So then I think we just need to start asking some serious questions, like,
And there's this disclaimer
blah.
that we share amongst each other. Ask the question, but be ready for the answer. And are you prepared to hear the answer?
right. Because you need to be, because if you truly want because how about this? Maybe some people are not transparent because they're comfortable with just being honest. They don't want fully transparent. I don't want to look at you that way. I don't really want to know your deepest and darkest secrets. I'd
could
rather
be the case,
continue
too.
to look at you like this and you give me the I'm okay answer, rather than truly saying I'm not okay. This is what's really going on with me when you ask me how are you or how was your day.
and also don't wait till it's too late, right?
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's like, I didn't see that coming. Like, it just came out of nowhere. But I bet you the signs were there, but you didn't want to know.
Exactly.
You see? So that was a great point. Sometimes we don't want to know, and it's like, if I ask, it may just either escalate it or fuel it, make it come out faster. Or if I suppress it, then maybe it won't come out at all.
And I think we have to remember this too. When it comes to truth, it's all or nothing. There's nothing there's no truth to partial truth.
You're right.
Right, exactly.
There all is no or truth. Nothing.
Exactly, because a lot of people feel like, oh, I'm going to give them half the answer. I'm going to give them a little bit. But then you truly are not just being honest. You're not being transparent. So it's all
and your marriage will suffer. Those things are held in secret will kill the marriage silently.
It's like a rock that just kind of just sits there and lingers and pulls the boat down.
Yeah. Called an anchor. But yeah.
Oh, that.
You know what?
Why I say a rock?
I need y'all to just...
You got a little small boat. That's why. Get you a yacht. You get you an anchor, dog. We got to speak these things into existence, my bro. Anyway, yes, transparency. Are we truly being transparent with our spouse? Are we truly allowed to pass gas in front of them and them not look at us like we crazy?
Gosh.
I'm just saying. You might as well just
So
let it
what
loose.
are some ways to be transparent? Give us your top 2.
Give us my top 2 ways to be transparent.
Beyond
passing gas in front of each other. Talk often. And my 2 are actually going to kind of bleed into one another. Talk often. A lot of times we give surface level answers, and that surface level answers doesn't get you that transparency conversation. It doesn't build up that level of comfortability that we were talking about. Talk often. So when you're asking how was your day, when you're asking about things that go on, in your life in general, be more open, be more honest. Say, my day was great, and this is why my day was great. Because what you're doing is you're letting that person feel comfortable enough to say, you know what? They're letting their guard down, and they're telling me about exactly what's going on, and they're listening to me as well. So that's number 2. You also have to listen. Be a good listener, because if you're not listening to me and you shrug me off or you blow me off, whatever, I'm not going to be transparent with you.
Go ahead.
Number 3 is my last one. Is learn how to let your guard down. You decided to do this thing for better or worse. To death do you part. Again, in that conversation, in that communication, in that one-on-one with your spouse, you have to start to, like you said, go through that process, of being trustworthy and being trusting to be able to get to the point where you actually can be transparent with one another.
So be willing to take the risk, regardless of what information you share. Be willing to take the risk to say, I believe that if I share this, it will be for the betterment, not just for my marriage, but even for myself. There is freedom in truth.
And sometimes you just got to lay it on the line and say, you know what? It is what it is.
Yep.
Let the chips fall where they may.
So in that case, I say, wait.
You know what?
I'm
on
not
that
about
note,
to let it go right now. But Facebook family, WBND Nation, Tune In family, we appreciate y'all for tuning in to the Ty and Cody On Purpose show. We love y'all. Y'all know we can't do this without you. But let's keep the conversation going on Facebook. We will see y'all next week where we live purposefully
and love purposefully.
Ty and Cody On Purpose. Peace.
This is Gospel Music.
Family, Facebook, family, Facebook. We appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. We love you all's comments. We love you all's stories. Don't forget, you all can continue to share this video with your family. Share this video with your friends. Let's keep the conversation going. Are you truly being transparent with your spouse? Why or why not? Let's get there. Let's be transparent. Let's be open and honest so that way they know who we really are as people. And it's Leo season, baby. Love y'all. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Bye.